In this game, you really do need a regular set of playing cards. Most games that we play, you can either play with Uno cards or regular cards, but in this game, it's actually really important that you have regular cards because you need the 10 and you need a 1. You don't need a 0. So in Uno, you don't have a 10, which you could substitute a 0 for a 10, but in this game, it's really better just to flat out have a 10. So I'm going to take my regular stack of playing cards, and I take out all the face cards except I add back the 10s and aces. So I'm going to add that back to my stack, and actually I'm going to have to shuffle because now that's all on the top. All right, that's good. So we're going to set this game up like a tens frame, which means we're going to have 5 cards on the top. Okay, and 5 cards on the bottom. And a tens frame is a tool that we use in math to help add and subtract, count, subitize, which means look at a number and recognize what the number is based on how many dots are there. And so this is going to replicate that and just build those skills. You're going to have a lot of extra cards, and those just need to go down at the bottom. That's your draw pile. When you play this game, you can play it by yourself. You can play it as solitaire. You could also play it with a partner. You could play it with your whole entire family. I would recommend that each person get their own deck of cards if you're going to play with a lot of people, but you could split a deck between 2 people. I wouldn't split the deck between more than 2 people, and ideally everyone would have their own deck. But, you know, you can work it out and fool with it and see what you think. So to start with, you can flip over any card you want. And the goal is that you're going to set up your cards in a tens frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And of course the ace is going to take the place of the 1 with a regular playing card. So I can flip over any one I want to start. I'm going to flip this one. It's a 9. So when I'm looking at a tens frame, the 9 should go here. So I'm going to move the 9 to that spot and pick up that card. That's a 3. That goes here. Okay, that's an ace, or a 1 in this case, so it goes in the first spot. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I don't need another ace, so I'm going to put that down here. That's my discard pile. Now, if you're playing by yourself, you just keep going. You're going to draw and find where that goes, pick it up, find where that goes. Oh, another 7, discard, draw. If you're playing with another person, then you take a turn. So you go all the way through it until you discard. When you discard, it's the next person's turn. And then when they discard, it's your turn, and so on. So the rules are really just the same. It's just that you have to take turns after each discard. So now I'm going to flip 1. Oh, 2, that's where that goes. So I don't have anything else to move, so that would be the end of my turn if you're playing with more than one person. Now, I have all my spots filled, so I don't need to pick one here. I need to pick one that isn't turned over yet. And I don't need that, so I'll discard it. Now that there's an empty space, I'll pick one. Don't need that. 10. I hope this is an 8. It's not. Okay, discard. And so now I'm just going to be flipping until I find an 8. I didn't do a great job shuffling those. And so you could play a lot of different ways. Once you get really good at it, if you wanted to play and make a pattern, oh, there we go, and make a pattern with your cards, you could do that. So you could play with one deck, especially if you're playing solitaire, and you have to get all one suit on your deck. Or you could play that they all have to be red, or they all have to be black, or you could have to have the top row black and the bottom row red, or black, red, black, red. So you can change the rules yourself to make it more interesting and fun, But the basic idea of it is you want to get from ace to 5 on the top row and then 6 to 10 on the bottom row. And the first person to do that is the winner.